This is Salacious Rum, the leader of the Kowakian Monkey-Lizard Army. It's been a long time since we've been on the Battlefronts. It's time. Isn't it time? So, let's just do a little technology test, shall we? Make sure we're coming through. I think we are. We're in. Bob is your uncle, and Fanny is your aunt, for sure. Hold on a second. Right, well, you know what we're going to be playing. So, we need to work on, just to see where we are, make sure I've got the right weapons. We've been trying to get, well, it's been a while, to be totally honest, but on the old, I think it's on here. Yeah, so we've still got some of these milestones to get, look. And we're getting close, there we go. A cycler rifle target. Hey, Darth Rock. Hey, Darth, how's it going? How are ya? How's it going, my friends? How are you? I hope all is well for you, sir. I was just saying, we were trying to knock off some of these milestones, and are we close to any? Probably that's the closest. That's a sniper rifle. I think that's still loaded. So you're better at this game than me, I think, Darth Rock. I'm definitely on a lower standing of classification than you, my friend. But I haven't played this in a while, so I tend to stick to the co-ops. I know that's limiting, but it's about as good as my gameplay can command. I struggle in the full multiplayer games, I really do. I'm always bottom of the table, or close to the bottom. Anyway, I hope you're doing well, Darth. Hope all is well, my friends. It must be, well, you're ahead of us, aren't you? You're a good 6 or 7 hours ahead, so it is midday here, so it's just gone 12 o'clock in the afternoon. So I've just had some lunch. You've been playing from, yeah. I mean, I did. I'd say I'm gappy, so I did get it straight away. But I didn't play it religiously. I've just picked it up now and again. So, but it's fun. I just love being. It's 20 past 11 for you, God. Wow. So I just like being in the engine, you know, in the world. It's just very immersive. It gives me a lot of nostalgia, and you know, I don't take it all too seriously. So, and look at the scout. I love the specialist. Love the scout trooper. Such a cool design, iconic design. Yeah, you're almost 12 hours ahead there, aren't you? Wow, that's incredible. You're in the future, Darth Rock. It's like I'm talking to you in the future. So let's see if I can. Not all the maps are conducive to the scouts, to the sniper. This one, not bad, I suppose.
Has detected an incoming rebel force
not bad. Although it's at night,
ground,
so.
and don't let them through.
Endor, the forest moon of Endor must be quite spooky at night, I would have thought.
Hey, get your back! Get them out of here! These positions must be held. Retreat is not an option.
Maybe I should pick up some of the troopers on the flank. You're in the future for collecting, yeah. There we go. Need 20 or so kills to get that milestone, I think. Oh wow. They were encroaching on my territory a little too quick there. So we've got quite a busy day today. I am doing some live streaming of a Lego build at 5 o'clock. I'm finishing off the AT-ST Raider from the Mandalorian. It's quite a nice Lego set. And then we've got a double bill of streaming tonight. At 8 o'clock UK time, we've got the Peg Warmers. And the Peg Warmers are coming on the Free Men and the Monkey-Lizard show tonight. Straight afterwards, it's the Free Men and the Monkey-Lizard versus the Peg Warmers. So we're doing a top 10 Black Series draft tonight. So all in all, I'm going to be streaming most of the day today. I'll probably be... The Peg Warmers will be 3 hours. Sorry, 2 hours. The Free Men and the Monkey-Lizard will probably be 3 hours. Lego 2 will probably be on here for an hour, so... I might as well get an Ethernet cable plugged into my Jaxie, to be honest. Fall back. So anyway, it's bound to be carnage tonight. Free Men versus Peg Warmers is going to be interesting, I think. We'll see how that goes. All of us on the stream together, it should be quite amusing. Good success today. Just aiming for the triangles, to be totally honest. %, off. So there's sort of 2 streams where we do chat and we have guests. One is I do the Monkey-Lizard Hangout, and that's every Monday, 8 o'clock. I've had some great guests on thus far. I've only done 4 or 5 episodes, but I've had Blacked Out Ewoks. I've got Only One Kenobi coming on soon. And so I've got some dates in the end of August and in September. I don't know if you could do Monday at 8 o'clock UK time. You'll have to let me know. Basically, Monday night at 8 o'clock UK time. I'd love to have you on as a guest on the Monkey-Lizard Hangout. I don't know if that time really works for you. And then the Free Men of the Monkey-Lizard show is on, alternates between Fridays and Saturdays, just to confuse people. And on a Friday it's at midnight UK time, and on a Friday it's at 11 PM. And we rotate it around each other's channels. But I know we've all been quite studious in getting people booked up, so there are less dates available for that.
Rebel reinforcements! Some kind of elite soldier!
Tuesday morning is that for you? Wow, yeah, Monday at 8 o'clock. So I don't know if that's possible. I don't know if you're even free at that time. I'll tell you what I'll do. I can message you. I'll DM you some dates and times. Where am I falling back to? And then you can pick which one is the most convenient for you, if any are. But I know we'd love to have you on a Free Men stream, and I'd love to have you solo on a... (12:25) on Saturday. 12:25 in the afternoon. Oh, here we go. Standing out in the open. Let's get some cover, really. hey Count Dooku, how's it going, dudes? How are you, sir? Count Dooku. I've been looking forward to this. But my double the pride, double the fall, or something like that. I can't remember. Gotta love Count Dooku. How's it going, Counts? Thanks for stopping by, my friends. My name's Salacious Rum, leader of the Monkey-Lizard Army. Yeah, last time I heard that, it didn't go so well. Man, George Lucas, you know, he was such a big fan of Christopher Lee and the old Dracula movies. Wasn't it awesome that he got Christopher Lee on to play Dooku, you know? I know he couldn't really do the fight scenes, so they're a bit CG, but, you know, Count Dooku could be anyone else, couldn't it, really? Had to be Christopher Lee, really. Unbelievable casting. You're right, unbelievable. He's a legend, an absolute legend. So, just unbelievable.
We will not retreat any further.
Dooku.
This is where we defeat these rebels.
We need some more. We need some more Count Dooku stuff, don't we? I think. I know we've had comics and whatnot, and books, but who would you cast? Who could we get if we did a young Count Dooku story? You know, who would you cast? Maybe that's wrong. But he was a learned guy, wasn't he? I mean, he you know, he was studious. He'd studied the Jedi text and was very knowledgeable about the Force. And I think he came to realise that in his view, you needed to embrace both sides of the Force to fully have balance, but whether that was you know, he was a bit naive about Palpatine, wasn't he? I think, you know, Palpatine. As soon as Palpatine got the opportunity to sell him down the river, he was like, "Do it, do it." So, yeah, he believed in the wrong person, really. He was naive to saddle up with Palpatine because, you know, Palpatine would stab anyone, wouldn't he, from the back? For power. When he craves his power. Unlimited power. But yeah, interesting character, Count Dooku. And the Count as well, the name the Count, suggests, and I don't know his backstory, so you might be able to tell me, Count. But the Count suggests that he is of some royal lineage. You know, that he was born into a wealthy family with a title. Regardless of his Force abilities, he would. Oh God, where am I going? He already had a life of privilege, to some extent, or peerage. Count is a blood title, isn't it? You know. Get a few. I might get this milestone, you know. Get close to it. Get a bit closer. Yes, he's the son of the Count of Serrano. Okay. They thought his Force abilities were unholy. I didn't know that. That must be from one of the canon novels. Okay, that's interesting. They cast him out because they thought... Wow. Okay, they thought it was unholy. That's interesting. Yeah, he kept his title. That's interesting, isn't it? Okay, so he was cast out, but he decided to keep his title. Didn't want to give it up. See you, Darth Rock. Take it easy, my man. Yeah, it'd be good to get you on one of our streams for sure. I'll message you with some dates and times. You can see if any of them work for you. Cheers, Darth Rock. Cheers, my man. Appreciate it. Be safe, my man. Be safe, dude. Oh, no. He's not good. The specialist is not good in close combat quarters. You know, I was just smashing away at the trigger there, and he just can't get the rounds off quickly enough. Got Vader with me. Vader. The Count Dooku versus Anakin fight in Revenge is really Anakin at his absolute prime. I mean, Anakin just toys with him. It's absolutely incredible, really. There's some fantastic... I love it when he just... Oh no, it's in Attack of the Clones when he has two lightsabers, isn't it? So he's quite impressive in that fight, but Count Dooku just outclasses him. But he comes back with a vengeance in Revenge of the Sith, and he really puts it on him. Kenobi's taken out pretty early and pretty weakly, really, isn't he? With one force move, he's thrown against the side of the wall, and that's him out. And then Anakin and Dooku go one-on-one, and Anakin it's too powerful. He's just too strong and too powerful. It's a very impressive duel, that one.
Vader is here. Redouble your efforts.
Bloody Ewoks. Ah, Vader is coming here. We shall redouble our efforts. Yeah, by episode 3, Anakin was far ahead of Dooku. Never stood a chance. No. Well, I don't think any that goes for anyone really. You know, Dooku was incredibly powerful, incredibly knowledgeable, but Anakin just he was just raw power, wasn't he? Not necessarily refined, although his lightsaber technique is unbelievable. In episode 3, but he's just so fast. He's so fast and so strong. How do we lose that? What? How do we lose that one? You were on top all the way through that. But yeah, the start of episode 3 is just unbelievable, isn't it? Evil battle. I don't think any of the other films have captured a space battle quite like episode 3 has. I think it does it the best. I know you got the space battle in Return of the Jedi, but that to me is not... I don't know, that's a bit more... I don't know. I just love the Revenge of the Sith space battle. It feels like a naval... It feels like a huge-scale naval battle going on. Hey, Mikey. Hey. Happy Saturday. Hi, everyone. How are you doing, Mikey? How are things going, dudes? It's good to see you. It's been a while since I've been on the PlayStation, so thought I'd have a bit of a go. Trying to get my specialist score up, so not a million miles off, look. I hope you're well. We were just talking about episode 3, and the introduction to episode 3 goes on for about 20 minutes. Because you get that incredible space battle, and you get Anakin and Obi-Wan in their little Jedi fighters, and they drop down altitude, and they just straight into the thick of this huge space battle that's operating at multiple coordinates, multiple altitudes around the orbit of Coruscant. And it feels like a naval battle to me, and the ships kind of pull along, the big cruisers kind of pull alongside each other and let their cannons go, and then they get onto Grievous's ship and they try and rescue Palpatine, and that whole thing goes on for ages. off even from this distance.
The initial phase of the assault has gone according to plan. Excellent.
I'll try and tune in for that. So I just received the Razor Crest. See, like ordered while. Do you know? I'm getting that next. So I've bought a few sets recently. I bought the ATST Raider, which I'm going to finish today.
The rebel defenses are
I bought Luke's X-Wing. I bought the Imperial Shuttle, and I'm going to get the Razor Crest. In fact, I might order the Razor Crest today because I backed the Hasblab Razor Crest, and I want the Lego version to go next to it. I just think it will look so cool on display. Well, Mikey, if you want to do a joint stream, if you want to build the Razor Crest alongside me, if you're up for that, let me know. I'd love to do that with you. If you fancy doing a Lego stream with me one day, let me know. I've decided to do a Lego stream every Saturday at 5 o'clock. So I've been buying a few sets up. I'm going to do 2 hours. A 2-hour Saturday stream of Lego, and just thought it'd be a nice variance to the show. And I'm going to do a Gundam stream every Sunday morning as well. So I've been really getting into model building as well. Yeah, you don't even need to show your face or anything on the Lego stream. You can just put the camera up, showing your desk, and showing what you're building. But no worries if you don't want to. I know I've asked you before. No pressure. Hey, Brandon! Hey. How's it going, my friends? It's been ages since I've played Battlefront. I don't think I've seen you streaming it for a while either. How are you doing? Got a busy day of streaming today. It's going to be fun tonight. Looking forward to tonight. I'm doing a Lego stream at 5 o'clock, just for 2 hours, to finish off my ATST Raider. And then we've got the peg warmers at 8. Should be fun. Is it 8? I think it was 8, isn't it? 8 till 9, 9 till 10, or it's 8 or 9. Can't remember, one of those. And then the 3 men and the Monkey-Lizard afterwards. Yeah, Mikey, think about it. Think about it. I'd love to do something with you. You've been a great friend to me and Salacious for a long time. It'd be great to do something with you. And if you're doing Lego building, and I'm Lego building every week anyway. If you wanted to jump on one of my streams and do a joint build one day, that'd be a lot of fun. Especially if you're doing the Razor Crest, because that's one of the ships I was thinking about doing, so when I get off this stream I might order it. But yeah, let us know. Brandon, if you want to play Battlefront, if you're up and awake and you've had your breakfast and got nothing else to do and you want to play. Oh no, your PlayStation 4 controllers quit working. So I honestly haven't played a game. Oh no. You got a new cheaper controller that arrived yesterday. But if you want to try it out, Brandon, if you want to jump on and play with me for an hour or so, it'd be great to chat to you. Don't forget, first I haven't chatted to you in ages. I know we're going to chat tonight. If you want a multi-stream or just jump on mine, or you want to multi-stream it, no worries. I thought, oh, I'm just going to get on the Battlefront and have a blast out. I'm getting close to this milestone on my scout trooper, so... I ordered some stuff from your merch shop. It's funny how it arrives in different packages. So I got your stickers. I bought a couple of your stickers. They arrived day before yesterday, and I bought one of the steel tumblers that hasn't arrived yet. But they like send it. It's funny how you pay You buy a load of stuff, you pay your delivery charge, and then they deliver it all separately. It's weird that. Let's get in the action room.
The rebels are regrouping around these positions.
Where
Don't give them a moment's respite.
I don't remember hearing that line of dialogue before. He said we've got a dangerous Wookiee coming at us. I'll just make that up. I don't think inside is the best one for the scout troop. He's better outside. It's a little bit laggy today. Whoa! So let's go in as the officer. I need to power him up as well. I know he's not very good, but let's get him inside. It's just laying in bed. Good man, good man. No, it's fine, dude. I totally understand. If I'm honest with you, dude, I may as well be in bed. I'm lying on my sofa right now, and that's the thing about Saturdays. What do you think of Black Widow? I'll be honest, I liked it. I've seen loads of hate for it online. I watched it last night. I didn't mind it, to be honest. I thought it was quite cool. I quite liked I quite liked it. I'm now in love with Florence Pugh. I don't know if I'm allowed to be. I don't know how old she is. She's got to be. She's a lady, so I think that's allowed. But I love Florence Pugh. I'm a big fan now. I think she's English as well, which, well, that makes a difference. But I really liked it. I thought it was. I don't know. She's a year younger than me. Okay, it's probably only just allowed, and I don't know. But yes, big Florence Pugh fan now. And if she's like an anti-hero, if she becomes a anti-hero Black Panther in the Dark Avengers, then that'll be cool. Because she's just, she was awesome in the action scenes, for sure. You know, when she was like traversing that wall, you know, doing the reverse abseiling when she's like running down it. I mean, that really looked like her doing that. Soviets using female spies. I mean, it's a story older than... It's been in James Bond for 100 years, so it's not really an old type. It's not anything new. So Darth Rock just liked one of my activities on PlayStation. I didn't even know that was a thing. It just popped up. Darth Rock likes your activity. How'd you do that then?
Princess Organa is here. Incapacitate her.
Do you know, I even liked the Bad Batch episode today. I was watching Luke Anyworld's review, and he didn't, and he get what he was saying, like, because the Bad Batch are hardly in it, but I thought it was cool. It's more like not the Bad Batch; it's more like the Filoniverse series, I think. And they've just used the title The Bad Batch. But I think I found it really interesting, especially with that young hero. You know, he's basically linking in all of his animated shows, isn't he, in this series? I think it's going to be cool. Yeah, you're probably right, Brandon. You're probably right. Expectation is so high now because of Endgame and because of Infinity War and Endgame.
Lord Vader will be pleased.
Next set of phases, and he's gonna do it. You know, it could end up being some crazy arc with some of the original Avengers coming back, the Dark Avengers and the Young Avengers, all in some crazy story. You know. You've loved everything. You went back, and I like the Ant-Man movies. I know people really rag on them. I find them quite funny. I quite like them. I think the first one gets ragged a lot. Peyton Reed's the director, but I liked it. I liked the whole Thomas the Tank Engine scene, and I thought it was very cool. I don't know. So no, I was happy to. I didn't go to the cinema. I paid my £19.99 on Disney Plus, and I watched it yesterday. And yeah, I'll probably watch it again tomorrow. To be honest, I don't think I'm gonna have time to watch it again today, but I'm down. I was up for it. Some of the, I suppose there is some bits that don't really make sense. Like, I don't get how how is that thing in the air? You know, the red room is like in the clouds. How is that in the clouds? They didn't really show it. Is it connected to the ground? Is it like some massive tower? Or is it in orbit? Or it didn't really. How is it flying? It didn't really show that. So I missed that. I didn't really get that bit. And obviously, you know, satellites and things would have picked that up. So, you know, I know that's the suspension of disbelief you've got to have, you know. So that was a bit weird. I thought that was probably a little bit unnecessary, really. That was a little bit, I don't know. They never really explained why, you know, where did that come from? You know, where did I don't know, where did the technology to have a floating city come from?
Move on the target area.
I think it's like the hover carriers from Winter Soldier. Yeah, I suppose so. Although this was Soviet tech, wasn't it? So I suppose is this the Soviet version of those hover carriers? I suppose so. It was a massive thing to be. They didn't show it hovering though. They didn't show any engines or anything. It just seemed to be like, I don't know. Yeah, I suppose so. I suppose those hover carriers were a big WTF moment, weren't they? And Winter Soldier was like, what? Where have they come from?
Later will want to talk to her. The filthy rebels have pushed us back. This is just a minor setback. Get ready to dig in.
I don't think that's from the comics. Well, I might be wrong. That strikes me as being some creative person at Marvel going, or maybe not Marvel, but one of the film production studios going, oh, let's have hello carriers. Hover carriers. I don't get pick up any long distance. Listen. That's another thing that bothers me, is people not being okay with things that aren't directly taken from the comics. Yeah, I know. I suppose, to be fair, there are some people that have invested their entire lives reading the comics. I mean, that's not me. I've picked up ones now and again. I've never really been into Marvel comics. I bought a couple of series of Alien comics back in the day, Alien vs Predator and Spawn I quite liked, and I've never been what you'd say a dedicated comic reader. And certainly not Marvel. I don't, you know, I only really know Marvel from the Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends cartoon series, which I was obsessed with, and the Superman films, and I never really read the comics. But I suppose some people have dedicated their entire lives to following the comics, and, you know, like Super Awesome John's got like every comic, hasn't he? Like every Marvel comic ever. So there's a whole lifetime's worth of buy-in, that, you know, to the writing. So to some people it means more, I suppose. You know, to the real hardcore comic fans, I suppose I could understand why, like, Taskmaster is not comic accurate, so I could understand for them how it might, you know, not feel right. Oh, Taskmaster, by the way, in the film I thought was awesome. It did not look like a girl though. Not in any of the fight scenes was that a lady. That was a man doing those stunts. Because there was no way. And I was really surprised. I noticed in the opening credits that it had Olga Koryalenko in. I was thinking, wow, Olga Koryalenko. She is that ultra good-looking Russian lady that was in James Bond, and she's been in a few things. Incredibly attractive, Olga Koryalenko. I was thinking, God, is she in this? Never seen her in any of the TV spots or anything. And so for her to be playing Taskmaster, I thought it was odd casting, really. It was odd casting. Don't know if they were trying to make a point or something, I don't really know. But she's not really in it, you don't really see her very much in it. She's like a small bit at the end. But it could have been anyone, really. It didn't need to be... I don't know why they cast Olga Koryalenko, who's known as, like, this incredible, you know, model... You know, this incredible beauty. I don't know. I suppose they were maybe making a point. I don't know. But when they took the helmet off, you could kind of see it was her, but not quite. But that was definitely. I mean, if you know what her physique and her body looks like, you know, she's ultra slim. You know, she's like a size 8. That was never her in the suits fighting. That was a man fighting for sure. Yeah, like I was saying, everyone, I'm not invested enough in the comics to really, like, be bothered about that. But I guess some people would be, and who am I to criticise them if they are, you know?
Calrissian is pushing his fatal luck by coming here.
It's not a character I was even familiar with, to be honest. I'd like some more backstory about the character. I don't think they gave a great deal of backstory. They kind of half explained that she had blown up the building with her in it. But they didn't really... Oh, there you go. I got my level up for my specialist. They didn't go into a great deal about that. And, you know, the Taskmaster's got that shield as well. Is that like a vibranium shield? It looked like it, but they didn't really explain that. Maybe I'm after far too much explanation in my films. I don't know. Let's have a quick drink. Starbucks are doing these special drinks. They are called Pink Coconut Refreshers. And it's coconut milk with strawberries and crushed ice. And it's absolutely fantastic. But I keep ordering them. And they're like, it's ridiculously expensive, Starbucks, isn't it? It's like £5 a drink or something stupid. But I've got an obsession with these bloody pink coconut refresher drinks. So I bought MODOK the other day, Brandon, and was trying to put it together on one of my streams. And I got MODOK like you. I couldn't get his head on. I got there in the end, but it's quite funny. You and I have both been MODOK. I think that's a new word that's been created as a result of, well, originally your endeavours. He's a crazy guy, this MODOK, isn't he? He's sat next to Pilly at the moment. What a crazy bloody character that is. Someone came up with MODOK. Let's go to heavy. Yeah, MODOK.
Eyes on me, rebels! Over here!
Dude really gave you a hard time. So I've actually we roped Salacious's Earth Mother into being up for being recorded, tasting some of it, because obviously now I've got some of this, I want to taste it, but I want to film a human reaction to it, but I can't really go on camera. So we're going to film, I think we're going to film Salacious's Earth Mom simultaneously trying it alongside. Or 11. Sorry, is it 8 or 9? I think it's 8. It might be 9. And then at 11, it's the 3 men and the Monkey-Lizard versus the Peg Warmers, which is going to be crazy because all of us are on at the same time. And we're doing a top 10 Black Series draft, which is going to be crazy. Oh, and yes, Sebastian, we're going to do some Fortnite for sure. You're going to teach me how to play Fortnite. So, I'm not going to be able to do that today. I don't think I've got enough time to do it today. But, we'll work out a time. And, we'll work out a time, Sebastian. I think it's going to be really fun, you showing me around the Fortnite world, because I just don't. It's alien to me, totally. I just don't get it. So that's going to be an interesting one. So we'll work out a good... whereabouts are you, Sebastian? Whereabouts in the world are you? In America or are you in Europe? Let me know and we'll work out a good time. Hey Josh, how's it going? What are you doing, Monkey-Lizard? Got a really busy day today, Josh. So I haven't been on Battlefront for ages, so I thought I'll just come on, do a couple of hours, see if anyone stops by, and see if anyone wants to... oh, you're in California. Okay, cool. And then at 5 o'clock today, so in 4 hours' time, I'm finishing off the AT-ST Raider Lego set, which will be interesting, because it looks cool, and I'm about halfway through. And then tonight at 9, I'm on the Peg Warmers show. We're doing a pre-match show because at 11 It's the Three Men and the Monkey-Lizard versus the Peg Warmers top 10 Black Series draft, which is going to be mental. So it's quite a fun day today, to be honest. Blue says, did you watch us play Fortnite? Yeah, I did watch you play Fortnite for a bit. I did, yeah, you and Cudbane. And I watched Luke play it a little bit. But I've never played it at all. So, and I definitely, it's about time the Monkey-Lizard got into Fortnite. So Sebastian here has kindly offered to show me around the Fortnite world. So we'll work out when we're going to do that, but be interesting. Yeah, busy, but it's, you know, it's quite a good weekend, I think, because I've just hit. A postcard, I was thinking, with a printed postcard maybe, with instructions on how you can register your crumb, and then an acrylic cased crumb with a vintage crumb in it, and you can name your crumb. And I was thinking, well, that might be quite good, because a bagged crumb's probably $10. The acrylic case is worth $10 or $15. Stick 'em, fridge mag, you know, there's some value in it. Basically, it's not like, you know, it's worth. If you were gonna buy it all, you know, it would that you're at least getting something basically. So that if you do become a member, you're at least getting the value of your membership back, if that makes some sense. Because I'm not bothered about making money, because I've got a good job and I've got a salary, but I still like the idea of having members. But I'd only want them to do it if people to want to do it if they felt like they got something back, you know. Crumb, a Salacious Crumb, a little monkey lizard, so which is what obviously my channel is named after, really. So yeah, a little crumb figure, a little Salacious Crumb figure. I've got about 100 of them, all vintage, sealed, non-opened. and I bought a load of acrylic cases. And the acrylic cases are expensive, but they are good quality ones. And they're the exact ones that AFA and UKG used to grade their figures. So I thought it was quite cool. You know, if you become a member, you literally get a monkey lizard that you can name. I don't know. I thought that was cool, but I've never been in here before.
We have successfully initiated the attack.
Right, where am I going?
The rebels are regrouping around these positions.
Yeah, they're not hard. I mean, don't get me wrong, Josh. Those figures are not hard to come by, and they are very cheap. So, I get them for £4 here, which I think is about $10 or $8 or $9. I think I might have that wrong. So I can get them if I buy like 20 at a time. Because what happened was they massively overproduced them. There was a massive production run on them, so they're in huge surplus, and they're not very cheap. They're not very expensive. So I can get a bagged one for about £4, and then if I buy the acrylic cases en masse, I can get good value on those. Same with, like, you know, if you buy en masse 100 stickers, 100 badges, you know. But I kind of want the overall box value to be the equivalent of what you'd pay for a year's worth of membership, you know? So if it's like $1.99 membership, then that's £2, you know, and that's £24. I at least want that to equate to the value of what you get in the box, so you feel like you're getting something, you know. So I've just been working out the SalaciousRum box to try and get it to a point where it's neutral value, you know, for it is covered by the membership cost, basically.
With Lord Vader here, victory will
I'm just wandering around aimlessly at the moment. No, it's you, money. Joking, such a joke. Where is everyone? Yes, us English will never lose our sterling. We'll never give up sterling, ever. I know, it's fine. It's fine. You're in good company. It's fine, Mr. Josh.
Solo is here. Finish that scruffy smuggler once and for all.
Well, that was square between the eyes.
Excellent.
There we go. The metric system.
Assault plan modified. New command post selected. Attack!
Alright. So I'm looking forward to finishing off this ATST. Fortunately, the dude can't come on because he's still got to finish his Tantive. But I've bought a few sets, so I'm going to try and do a LEGO stream every week now. Because I quite enjoy doing them. And I'll tell you what, I really enjoyed the Gundam. I bought another Gundam set. I'm going to do a Gundam stream every Sunday. So I'm building my second Gundam set tomorrow. But you got it takes me ages. I think it's gonna take me about 3 2-hour streams to finish one set, I think. Brandon says, growing up so close to Canada, my dad being Canadian, I've never understood our hate for the metric system. You know, it's funny because obviously in Britain we're in Europe, but we're kind of not in Europe. So we've always been in Europe, but slightly adjacent to Europe. So we kind of dip in and out of imperial and metric. So for example, for heights, whenever anyone in England describes their heights, they do not use the metric system. They use imperial. So I would say I am 5'10". I would never say I'm 1 meter, whatever that is, because I wouldn't even know what it is. So we'd always use imperial for heights. And for weight, we'd always use imperial as well. So if I was describing my weight, I'd say, okay, I'm 17 stone, for example.
Enemy commander landing.
I'd never say I'm whatever the equivalent is in kilograms. I just wouldn't do that. But if we were cooking food and we were measuring out ingredients, we'd use grams and milligrams. So that's weird. And then same in if you were measuring something. So if you're measuring something, like using a ruler, you use centimeters, so which is metric, rather than using inches. So, although action figures, obviously we would use imperial and go, oh, it's 3.75 or 6 inch. So we kind of dip in and out. A stone is 12 pounds. So a stone is 12 pounds. So that's an imperial measurement. And yeah, that's kind of ingrained in us because I suppose I don't know why. Yeah, probably sports. Probably if you watch a lot of rugby, like your American footballers, they'd always tell you the height and the weight of the players. So they'd have to line up of rugby players, and they'd go through the pack, and you'd always know your back line, your runners would be lean. You know, they'd be 13, 14, 15 stone, and then your back row would be big slabs of meat. That'd be 20 stone, 21 stone, 22 stone. And then your front row also need to be short. So your front row are like 20. Your front row in rugby are like 21, 22 stone, and they're like 5'10", 5'9", you know, 6 foot maximum. And then you get your back row, and they're like 19 stone juggernauts, but they're like 6'5", 6'6", 6'8". They're just huge juggernauts that need to catch the ball in a line out, you know. So I don't know. We always use stone and pounds when describing weight, and we always use feet and inches to describe height. But then we don't follow the same rules for small things, you know, like using your ruler or measuring ingredients. We revert back to the metric. I don't really know why. It's bizarre. It's just what we've become used to, I suppose. And then on the roads, if you go on the roads, we use miles rather than kilometers. So miles is obviously imperial, and kilometers is metric. So if you go to Europe, everything's in kilometers per hour or kilometers, and then as soon as you come onto the mainland in Britain, everything's in miles. So it's a real pain in the arse. So all the dials have both in your car. But your eye automatically looks to miles rather than kilometers. It's confusing. Yeah, we use mil. See, again, that doesn't make sense, does it? We use mil. We use liters and milliliters. Right, this is confusing you even more. So for liquids, if you're cooking, we'd use litres and millilitres. But then if we're drinking, we use pints rather than litres. So you go to the pub, you ask for a pint, you don't ask for a litre in a bit. But if we were cooking something and we're using liquids that way, we'd use millilitres and litres rather than pints and ounces. So yeah, try and understand. Trying to understand is. There's no point trying to understand. I think what happened was we were always imperial, and then we joined the European Economic Zone in, wow, just after the war in the 1950s. And the French didn't really want us to join, so we kind of we weren't invited originally, and then we kind of joined later, and they enforced us to use some of the metrics, and so we adopted them by name only, but then in practice carried on using imperial. So honest to God, they tricked you into using the metric just like they tricked you into spelling colour and centre. Well, no, we obviously created the Oxford Dictionary, so the correct English spelling of colour. So if you are speaking English, and I don't know what it says in the American Constitution, but I believe you speak English. I don't believe there is a language called American. Correct me if I'm wrong there. I don't think there is such a language. If you are speaking English, then you should be following the English Oxford Dictionary, which is the correct dictionary for the Anglo-speaking world. Then there is a U in colour. And aluminium is aluminium, not aluminum, which actually doesn't make any sense, because aluminum is not how it's spelt. So again, there's the misuse of phonetics. Sharing is caring. Any colour you like. In Shakespeare's time, colour was spelt both ways. Yeah, but in Shakespeare's time, they used Old English. So most of our words were spelled differently. My spell check says colour is wrong. It always frustrates us, not us, it frustrates some English people when you turn your computer on and the default is English brackets US. It's like, what is US English? English is English. Then you have to scroll down to English brackets UK. Or, what's even more infuriating is sometimes you get on packaging, it says English, and then there's a flag. Now, most of the time it will have a British flag. Occasionally it will say English, and there's an American flag. So why on earth is there an American flag next to the word English? Sometimes you get a flag that's half and half. I don't know if you've noticed that. It will say English, and it will be there'll be a flag, and top diagonal will be the Union flag, and the bottom will be American. US English is US English. I don't know. I don't know what that is. It's great. We love you guys anyway. We love our cousins. We like to rag on you. But it's all friendly banter. It's the, you know, it would be the equivalent if you were in Australia, if the packaging said English. It didn't say English, it said Australian. But they don't do that, you see. They put English. Alright, well, it's not Australian. There is no such thing as an Australian language.
The rebels have a Wookiee now.
It's indigenous languages, but it's not an Australian language.
We have been pushed back, but the battle is not yet over.
You redcoats are
Await
just
new
mad
orders.
because we beat you. I think most English historians would argue that we just gave it you, to be honest. We couldn't really be bothered. And so we didn't really, you know, we didn't really divert many of our troops over there because it was... We were busy in other parts of the world doing other things that were deemed more important. I think at that time, if we wanted to win, we would have won. Let's be honest. I figured you'd say that. It is true. I mean, you know, we let you have your, you know, your Independence Day and all that kind of stuff, and, you know. But it wasn't really. Let's be honest. It wasn't really a war. It was a skirmish. It was more of like a skirmish. We had some troops over there. Most of our troops were deployed elsewhere around the world. It was a little skirmish between a handful of guerrillas and, you know, a handful of local peasants that didn't want to pay tax. And then what we had was a militia. It was a militia versus the garrison of the British Army. It was just a garrison, really. It wasn't even typical imperialist English response. Well, I mean, I was saying to someone the other day. I mean, we've still been. In honesty, we've still been in control ever since. Anyway, even with you in. You know, it was Kennedy that was the first non-English president. Up until Kennedy, every single president you've had is English. You guys know that. So we've kind of been running the shop anyway. To be totally honest. That's why we're never really that bothered.
Filthy rebels have pushed us back.
We've kind of got
But this is just a minor setback.
proxy
Get ready to dig in.
control anyway. No one's biting at that one. And Kennedy was Irish anyway, which is basically British. See if anyone bites at that one. It is. It totally is. Right, let's change the subject. Let's change the subject while I've still got 2,000 subscribers. Who wants to see an ATSD Raider being built today at 5 o'clock? Yay! There'll be no discussion about politics or colours or flags. There's no such thing. There's no such thing. These islands were inhabited by the same people. Look on a map, it says the British Isles. Look on the map, it says the British Isles. And you'll see all the islands in this area form the British Isles. It's something that people don't like to admit. I'm changing the subject. All hail the Monkey-Lizard King. I can do anything. Right, let's change the subject. Look at this. Look at the scenery outside the hangar window. Let's go and have a look at this. Let's take our mind off all that. Look at this. Wow. Oh, someone's at the door. That's going to be a toy. Right, I'm taking you to the door. Someone is ringing the door. It's the postman, I think. And then it will be a toy. Right, open the door. Next door. No, I'm there. Yeah. No, I'm there.
Defend the objective.
I'm there, so I don't mind. I don't need. That's mine there, so. Oh. Yeah, but that's number one there. I'll do. Yeah. All right. Bye. Oh, okay. That was disappointing. I thought it was the postman. With some lady saying she thought she'd parked in my spot and she hasn't. So
Watch
never
out.
mind. We all went to the door together. It was very disappointing. I was hoping it would be the Royal Mail, but it wasn't. Hey Arcase, how's it going, dude? Sorry about that. The game just ended prematurely because someone was at my door. So I just took everyone to my door, hoping... Oh no, been removed, yeah. Hoping it was a toy. And it wasn't. It was some strange lady who thought she had parked in my spot, but she hadn't because I could see my car. And she was parking in someone else's spot. But anyway, very unexciting. Right, how long have I been on? 1 hour 23. Let's keep that to another half hour or so. So how are you doing? How are you, Arcase? Thanks for stopping by. Hope you're well. I'm Salacious Rum, as you know. We were chatting on Twitter, weren't we, earlier? I am the leader of the Monkey-Lizard Army. This is a channel where you'll not find any discussion around the so-called American War of Independence. We don't discuss such matters because it can be upsetting to our American friends. Hey, Mr. Ghost, good morning. Welcome, you foolish mortals. How's it going, dude? Really looking forward to tonight. The Free Men of the Monkey-Lizard versus the Peg Warmers. I think it's going to kick off tonight. Salacious is really confused about what's happening in it. He's asked me a few times, what's this draft? He doesn't really understand the draft. He thinks the draft is when you get a bout of, you get some wind flowing around your jiggly bits. That's to him what a draft is. So he doesn't really understand what a draft... it's another one of these weird American terms. We don't really understand what a draft is. See, in American sports, you do strange things like you don't have relegations or promotions because that's too hard. So you want to make sure your team can never get relegated. And then you do things like the draft, which... So anyway, it's going to be fun tonight. I suspect that it could be all-out carnage tonight, I'll be honest with you. I suspect it could be all-out carnage. We'll see, but that should be fun. At least, if anything, it's going to be entertaining. It's going to be... Brandon says, Rum was talking trash about the US. I was certainly was not, Mr. Ghost. There was no American... Was it a revolutionary? What's that a war called? There was certainly no trash talking about that funny little skirmish you guys have that you think is some kind of revolutionary war. There was no trash talking about that at all. Us Brits, think it's really nice that you've got this little thing that you think is important and that you celebrate it and have some fireworks and get all excited about it. We like that you've got it. It's sweet. It's a sweet thing. Our American cousins. Bless you. Bless your little con socks. It's we just think it's nice, that you think it's important. Oh, our good old little American friends. I mean, look, don't get me wrong, Brandon, Josh, we love you. We love you. You're our cousins. And you think there was this war. There was this war. we basically had a small garrison of troops over there in America, and you had some militant people that were sick of paying taxes, and you had a bit of a tantrum, threw some tea in the sea, and then started kicking off, and we couldn't really be bothered to do anything about it, so we left the garrison there on their own, and they had a bit of a fight with you guys, and then left because they couldn't really be bothered to fight anymore. So, you know, what's Blue saying? If you don't want to be friends, then no point worrying about people. I don't know what he's saying.
The Emperor is now personally overseeing the...
Hey, only one Kenobi. Only one. How's it going? So it's a nice, relaxed, chilled stream. I haven't been on the Battlefronts for ages, so I thought I'd come on, see who's about, and shoot the shits. And yeah, we've had a nice little talk about history and fake history. And tonight's going to be interesting. I'm actually doing a lot of streaming today. Oh, what's Blue saying? Against me, we had to bribe the US with all our... Oh, I'm not going there. I thought I was controversial. I'm not going there. You're really getting into it. But yes, no, I'll admit, we were talking... Josh and I were talking about the so-called Revolutionary War, where what is Josh saying? Salacious, for my first video, I'm gonna dump as much tea as possible and say it's so funny. That'll be so funny. Well, this is my look. We've been trying to get you on YouTube for 10 months now, Josh. So if the only way I'm going to get you onto YouTube is by criticising, you know, well, not criticising. Let's be honest. I was mocking. Mocking's probably more of an accurate word. The only way we're going to get you on YouTube is for Salacious to mock the so-called Revolutionary War. You know, that little skirmish between a small British garrison, whilst the entire British Army and the British Navy were elsewhere around the world. You know, that tiny little British garrison that had a little fight with those unhappy. I mean, let's face it, they were traitors. They were Englishmen, but they were traitors. I mean, let's get it straight. They were English. They just didn't want to pay the taxes. I mean, we have plenty of them over here in England now, to be honest. So it was a bit of a fight, you know, a bit of a skirmish. We couldn't really be bothered to do anything about it, so we didn't send any troops over there. Some tea was chucked in the sea. You know, it's all been blown out of proportion, really. Now it's this huge revolutionary act, you know, this great notion of revolution and independence, when in fact we've kind of been controlling America since then anyway. You know, I was saying every American president up until Kennedy's been an Englishman, so we've kind of had proxy control over the United States anyway, without having to get our hands dirty, really. So I don't want these things to come between us, Josh. We love you guys. We love it that you have quaint little spellings for words, you know. You take letters out of words, like colour. I mean, it's pretty lazy, isn't it, taking a letter out, basically. It's like, I can't be bothered to write you, so I'll just shorten it a little bit. Same with aluminium. I can't be bothered to do the iron bit, so we'll just call it aluminum. It's a bit lazy, to be totally honest. But it's alright, we've got your back. You know, we're there with you. It's a special relationship. It's special. Very special. Love you too, George. Love you too. We're only joking. You know we're only joking. Well, we're kind of not joking, but we are joking. Skywalker. Special. I really do hope you do create a YouTube channel. I know you're busy. It would be amazing if you did. I would watch your content. Or if you don't create a channel, then you need to do a regular show. We need to do the Rum and Josh show. You know, the Monkey-Lizard and Sif Care Bear show. So if you can't be bothered to do a channel, that's fine. But at least commit to doing a weekly show with Rum. Let's do a weekly show. The Sif Care Bear and the Monkey-Lizard. We'll do a weekly show. It'll be an hour. It'll be us two just talking nonsense. We'll stream it anytime you're free. We'll just do an hour of us two just talking absolute nonsense. Are you up for it? Is that a yes? What's Ghost say? There's Empire Day on March 14th. No, come on, there you go. We've got Luke in the house. Luke off. Hey Luke, how's it going? That's why I changed it. Oh, it's going too fast now. Brandon says, I think that's called Empire Day. Josh is up for it. Okay, I'm holding you to this, Josh. We're gonna schedule it. We're gonna schedule it a new show. We're gonna schedule a new show. It will be the craziest show. It will be 1 hour of literally 1 hour. I don't think anyone can take any more than that. 1 hour of us just and we've got one remit, and that is just to talk the craziest nonsense ever in 1 hour. I'm down. I know, you know. I know between us we have that capability. So, hey, Sleeping, congrats on 2,000, my friend. Oh, cheers, dude. Yeah, we just steadily grow. I think every month we've had between 100 and 200 subs since we've been going. So, I think there's just a lot of mental people out there that, you know, I mean, look at everyone in the chat. I mean, you've got to be a little bit mental to want to talk to a monkey-lizard, haven't you? So there's plenty of crazies out there. Is what I've learned.
Another rebel to defeat.
Luke says I've took a break. I'm in the bath. And no, you don't get a picture. Ugh. Are you alone, or have you got one of your Asda boys?
you think you're going?
See, we won. Look.
Enemy presence on Hoth has
You
been
see?
eradicated.
See
and
the
the Rebel
tactics
Alliance severely
employed
weakened.
here. What's
Lord
Ghost
Vader
saying?
will be pleased.
That is how they tricked everyone to celebrate tricky Brits. We've moved on from the talk of that little revolutionary skirmish. A nice, pleasant day, and you bring your. How about this? You bring your favourite toy in the bath with you, and then you review your toy, streaming it live in the bath. How about that? A live toy review whilst you're in the bath. And if it was a vehicle, that would be awesome, wouldn't it? Because the vehicle could like emerge out of the bubbles. Ghost says he knows a few collectors that could use a YouTube update. There we go. Yeah. So Luke, have you got any? You're in the bath right now. Have you got any? Have you got any toys with you in the bath other than your Asda shelf stacker, who I'm sure is behaving himself? What am I going as? It's got 140, 160. I have to go to this officer. Something's hanging low. Well, if you haven't got to worry, in the bath everything floats. So, man, if you're a G.I. Joe fan, you could have a lot of fun, couldn't you, with your G.I. Joe in the bath? Rubber ducky, you're the one. You make the bath time lots of fun. Rubber ducky. What does Brandon say? Have I missed what Brandon said? Did he say something gross?
The rebels are attacking.
Yeah, if you're a
this
G.I.
battle
Joe fan,
directly.
then you've got lots of options. I don't think we've seen many aquatic vehicles in Star Wars, have we? In the there was a few episodes in Clone Wars with the Quarren and the Mon Cal when they're underwater. So there's definitely some Clone Wars figures that you can take underwater. Not many vehicles though. I said different type of teabag steeping. Yeah, if you're a G.I. Joe fan, then you can have a lot of fun. Or Mask. There's a few Mask ships that are aquatic. For the Empire! The glory of the Empire! Oh, Jar Jar City! Yes! Absolutely right. There is a vehicle, isn't there? There are a couple of Phantom Menace vehicles. You are spot on, G-Unit. There is also, in Episode 1 toy line, and I think I've got it, there is there's the little boat thing that they're on. I'm pretty sure, or maybe I'm making that up. I'm pretty sure there is. But yeah, of course. The Gungans, the Gungan city. Oh, we've got the Colo Claw fish out of the Episode 1 figures. I've got a few of those Colo Claw fish. There you go. You can have is it the Colo or the Coco Claw? I think it's the Colo Claw fish emerging from the bubbles, from in between your legs and the bubbles. and then his head sticking out of the bath. There's always a bigger fish. Luke, every time you come on, Luke, you inspire us to do something. So thanks for letting us know that you are in the bath today, because you've inspired a whole new national, not even national, an international event.
With Lord Vader here, victory will surely be ours. To victory! Defend the objective!
Well, what did that come from? Thermal imploder. It's that bloody Wookiee. What was that about British imperialism? Oh, you don't want to talk about that again, yeah. For the Empire! For the glory of the Empire! The sun never sets. Times. Oh. Stop kneeling. Yes. I love Bosk when he starts stalking. Let's try and get close to Bosk and listen to him. Come on, Bosky. Talk shit. Come on.
There's a Wookiee fighting with the rebels.
I would say that Randy could use a nice bath, but I feel it. Yeah. Oh, Randy. I don't know. That wouldn't end up well, would it, for Randy? I don't think. Bless him. Poor old Randy. You're right there. He really could do with one. He needs some good moisturising, to be honest. He's got a terrible skin condition. He's a bit like Bosk. Terrible skin. Randy does need a spa day. He certainly does. He needs a spa week. Well, you know, he's been through a lot. He's been through a lot. Poor guy. He's more of a sponge bath kind of guy. I think you're right, G-Unit. I think he is.
Signal from command.
We definitely need therapy. Let's be honest, who is... I'm not going to say that. I've got to moderate some of the things I say. So I'm not going to be on YouTube that much longer. Hey, Darth Muzzer. G'day, gents. G'day, sir. How are ya? How are you doing? Thanks for stopping by. We've covered all manner of topics today. We've discussed Imperial versus metric measurement systems. We've discussed that quaint little skirmish known as the Revolutionary War. We've discussed live streaming from our bathtubs and creating a brand new special YouTube bath day where we all get in our baths with bubble bath obviously and stream live from our baths, and we take one of our favourite toys in the bath and we review the toy from our baths. This was I would like to add that this was unanimously come about. This is not something I've just come up with. Everyone in the chat seems to be up for this idea. And it's really derived as a result of the fact that Luke Hoff is in our chat at the moment, and he's chatting to us from the back, which is as well, because they're normally not too far away from him. Josh has just ordered a Darth Vader rubber ducky. Good idea. And he's pumped for bath tube. Oh, there's the name for it. Bath tube. There you go. Josh has named it. Bath tube day. Mr. Go says, so the giraffe is from the bath tonight. It could be. I mean, it's going to be carnage anyway, but if you want to add an extra layer of absolute craziness, we could do the giraffe from our baths. That would be nuts. Salacious still doesn't even know what a draft is, though. Suspect he's going to spend half the night complaining about what the draft is and not really understanding the rules. But if you want to add an extra layer of complexity and hilarity, then we could do it. We could do it from our baths. Where are our lady friends to weigh on in this bath idea? You're right. We need to get a wide perspective of opinion on this idea. You're right, GeForce. Or it could be alienating, or alternatively, it could be the greatest thing ever, and it could be massive. This could be a massive show. I suspect it could be huge. I don't recall any other YouTube activities taking place from a bath before. So... Splish Splash doing a draft. Josh is... Josh is thinking about Brandon in the back? Is that what you're doing? Or have I missed something? Okay, now you've got me picturing Brandon in the back. I'm not sure this is where I want my headcanon to be at the moment. Josh, Brandon, can you fill the bath up a bit more, please? There's no way near enough water in the bath, please. Brandon. I can't concentrate. Can you put more water in it, please? For some reason, I'm picturing Brandon in the bath, and it's not filled up enough. Returns my objective. Bath Tube. Welcome to Bath Tube. I am your host, Bob Rock. And this evening, we have, from America, in his bath, with bubble bath, it's the Sith Care Bear, Josh Anderson. Oh, we've got Lady Miss in the house. Good morning, gents. Good evening, Mr. Salacious. Wanted to pop in and thanks for the amazing birthday wishes last night. Well, happy birthday to you, Lady Miss. I hope you had a nice day. And yeah, it was Salacious's pleasure. Salacious was absolutely adamant, so I hope you did have a nice day. In fact, Lady Miss, we were actually hoping that one of our lady friends would pop in the chat, because we do need an opinion. So we've all jointly formulated this idea to do a new show called Bath Tube. And basically the idea is one day in the year, and it would be this day, Oh, oh yeah. There were scandals about. There was a girl that did a hot tub show, didn't she? I forgot about that. Oh, and it suddenly lost its originality. We've been beaten to it. Someone else has been there first.
Check your objectives.
Lady Miss says, I've heard tales of another streaming page that would for sure allow it. Though I've only heard tales. I totally forgot about
The
that.
rebel attack cannot last forever.
Oh, suddenly I've lost a little bit of interest. Because we won't be the first. Someone else has been there. I haven't seen that though. I like Lady Miss, I've only heard the tales.
We don't have to defend much longer to achieve victory.
Watch with it. Pay for targets.
Blue, are we not enough, Chris? I don't know, I missed what's been said. We must have won.
We
Victory
push back
for the
rebel
Empire!
incursion. The battle station is secure.
For the Empire!
They'll think twice before attempting such a reckless attack.
Blue would pay to see John Joker in the bar. Okay, you've heard it here first. I'll be there with my Tom's. Well, if you want to see Tom Selleck in the bath, the best way to do that is probably to try and get Josh in the bath. That's the problem. See me with my shirt off. Here we go. Here we go. G-Force has got his G-Force is G-Force is he's got his abs. He's got his he's shredded. G-Force is shredded, and is down for the the bath day, bath tube. So he can get his pecs and his abs above the bubble bath line, and we could set up some kind of on bath day where you can vote for your favourite, and so it's like a competition. So that would be quite interesting, wouldn't it? See who gets the most votes. Which bath 1, bath 2, bath 3, bath 4. And the chat has to constantly be voting for their who's their favorite, which is their favorite baths at the moment. So you're constantly competing for attention. Josh has got the hairy chest. Ghost, we need a few weeks training with Dino. Call it Top Yub. Top Yub? Top Yub? Okay. Top Yub. Top Tub. Top Tub. There we go, of course. Top Tub. It's Bath Tube Top Tub. On Bath Tube Day, welcome to Top Tub. In the baths today, we have
pushed us back. But this is just a minor setback. Get ready to dig in.
Lady Miss says, I came up with a good idea for Aaron, though. Call it Friend Friday and stream multiplayer games like this with invited friends. That is a good idea. And there'll be plenty of people that would want to join that stream, Lady Miss. Including everyone in the chat here.
These positions will be targeted by the rebels. Hold them at all costs.
Where am I going? Where am I going? I'm lost. I shouldn't be lost. Let's have a look at this in a minute. Look at this. Right, cool. There we go. According to TikTok, all the ladies love older men with dad bodies. Is that the case? Lady Miss says yes, and pre-invites them, so there's no little punks screaming to join. Oh, bless the little punks. But yeah, I know what you mean. Where is everyone? Come on. Oh, did something happen then? Did I miss this? Something happened last night. Oh no, what happened? What happened? Were you doing a stream and loads of was there loads of uninvited guests? I missed that, so what happened? Brandon says my hot swimmer ex enjoyed my dad bod. Too bad she was crazy. Brandon, I've been there, my friend. And you can do without crazies in your life, so yeah. Yeah. It's a yeah. You lose the man. I need to shut up. I can't say what I'm going to say. A lady says someone who is a young friend came in and their friends accidentally jumped in and they were annoying. Oh dear. Blue says the best ones are crazy. Yeah, but such things aren't built to last. So, and there's only so much crazy you can take.
The rebels believe they have the upper hand.
Let's get out of here. Where am I?
Get ready.
Oh, that sounds a nightmare, Lady Miss. Yeah, that's not what you want. Right, let's retreat back here. And he was telling me to leave because they weren't part of the stream and they didn't want to.
We'll now defend in depth around these command posts.
So I've got a bit of a problem, and I've got a bit of an addiction. You know how Starbucks do these crazy drinks from time to time? Over here in the UK, they've just started doing this drink. It's called Pink Coconut Refresher. It's coconut milk, crushed ice, and fresh strawberries. Man, and I've got a real problem with this drink. And what is it with Starbucks? They're not cheap, are they, Starbucks? I don't know why they're so expensive. But I've got a bit of a problem with this drink. Blue says, I have a crazy that she still messages me. Lady Miss says, but I think they ended up simmering down because Sleepy put on his cranky pants and told them to chill. Oh, very good. Right, let's get these guys out of here. Come out of here. We want to get you in this corridor. Damn it, I miss Sleepy's cranky pants. I've never seen Sleepy's cranky pants either. This is something that I need to experience. So, same as you, Brandon. I've not heard that. So I think we need to rewatch Cudbane's stream last night to hear this cranky pants version of Sleeping Vectors. Sounds good to me. Yoda.
our final stand. The rebels will attack us with all they have, but we must hold. Grenade out!
Okay.
Sergeant Versio has arrived.
Am I the only person that liked Black Widow? Has everyone seen Black Widow now? Seems to get a lot of hate. I watched it yesterday. And you went to see it last night. I watched it yesterday. I won't go into spoilers in case anyone in here hasn't seen it. But I have to say, I quite liked it. I'm now in love with Florence Pugh. Not in love, but a definite crush on Florence Pugh, who is awesome. But I really liked it. I didn't get all of the. I don't really get. I didn't find it overtly political or against men or anything like that. I don't know why I didn't really get any of that, to be honest. But I enjoyed it. I thought it was quite good. Hey Cats, how's it going? How you doing, Cats? So Cats, I'm with you on Mr. Florence Rum. Yes. Yeah. I had to check with Brandon earlier that it was okay for me to have a crush on Florence Pugh, or whether it was. I think it's barely okay, so we'll stay with that. But yeah. But yes, there is a new man crush on. I'm gonna have to get the Black Widow action figures now, I think, especially the Florence Pugh, her sister. I need to get that action figure. So, Cats, we need your advice. We've just had Lady Miss's view. We'd like your view on this. What's Lady Miss saying? I have to see for myself, but maybe I have to see myself. I love action, but superheroes over the top. Yeah, I mean, there's some silly CGI. It is when I say I liked it, don't get me wrong. It's not gonna win. You know, it's a superhero movie. It's not gonna win any crazy. You know, it is what it is. I quite liked it for what it is. But anyway, what was I going to say? Cats. So Cats, we have collectively come up with an idea for Tube Day. No, sorry, Bath Tube Day, where we are thinking about doing a live stream where we are all simultaneously streaming from our bathtubs. Naked, but submerged under a bath full of bubble bath. So there'll be no jiggly bits on show. Well, there might be some jiggly bits, but not naughty jiggly bits. And we'd probably each take in a toy to talk about, play, or review. This has all come about. Can I just preface this by saying this isn't some weird, crazy idea that we've just come up with. This has come about because Luke Hoff, who I know you are aware of, is in the chat today and is chatting from his bathtub, naked. Although we suspect he's got one of his Astor boys in with him. So, the question is, we wanted to canvass opinion on this, Cats. As a YouTube fan and a fan of toy and Star Wars content creation, would you be partial, would you be a viewer of Tube Day, Bath Tube Day. Is this an idea that has some longevity? We would be very interested to know your take on it, Cats. So let us know. Lady Miss says, my theatre charge is $7 each. That sounds really cheap. $7 to me sounds crazy cheap. Is that for entrance? Or are we talking about something else? That sounds very cheap. So yeah, we had it was 20 quid. 20 bloody quid for Black Widow, but I quite like the whole you know, having the choice. I wouldn't do that for like a Star Wars movie or something. No, I would prefer to go to the cinema. But I probably would not have gone to the cinema to see Black Widow. So I suppose at least the studio is getting my $20 as opposed to nothing. I probably would have waited for Black Widow to come out on Blu-ray or on streaming. So I would say they're probably going to get more business giving people the option of early access as well as the cinema. Vader says that's hilarious. I mean, chicks do... Oh, I missed what you said. I think we got a green light there from Vader's girl. I think we've had a green light there from Lady Miss and Vader's girl. So, gents, I think we might be onto something here with Bath Tube Day.
We've been joined by Boba Fett.
Bath Tube Day could be Go-Go. Go-Go for Bath Tube Day. Oh, why did I get my gun out now? That was silly. Get it out when you're at the bloody top and you've stopped running. You don't have any common sense sometimes. Brandon says, greenlit like a Netflix show. Hopefully we get a second season. Don't back out now, Brandon, says Josh. Yeah, Brandon, you are very much, we've got you eyed up for bathtub number 1. So don't you be backing out now. In bathtub number 1. He's big. What was it? He's from the forest moon of Endor.
A fine example of Imperial
It is the apprentice Ewok. Mr. Ghost. I don't know if that's gonna get past the censors, to be honest. I think we will have to insist on a tub. So I think taking it to the showers is an extreme X-rated version of the show, probably for Pornhub or some other crazy channel like that. But no, I don't know whether we can accommodate that. That'd be too shocking for people, I think, to be honest. That would be too shocking for people. Yeah, we wouldn't last very long. Like, I mean, come on, we're pushing it, aren't we? By being in bathtubs. Let's be honest, and we're gonna have to make sure the bubble bath is pretty high. So, shower. I think you're gonna have to go and use someone's. We can just wear swimsuits. Okay. So, Ghost, if you're gonna do it, we're gonna have to insist on a pair, on the very bare minimum, a pair of speedos. You know, a pair of, you know, waterproof budgie smugglers. Speedos would be good. Vedas Girl says you guys should be fine. Greedo in a speedo, he'd probably be up for it. He'd be up for it. There you go. Yeah, he'd probably be up for it. So, yeah, we could ask him. No, we can ask him. I'd steal his name. We'll just ask him. Ask him if he wants to come on. He could be our, you know, he could be a guest. You know, I'm sure there will be other people that want to get involved in this. You know, I think everyone's going to be surprised at how many people want to get involved in this venture. Yub nub in a tub. I think. I suspect. That would be my suspicion. Need a little tub for Salacious. 100%. 100%. Yeah, he's totally up for it. He is absolutely. How's it going, BOE? Bat tubs. Yeah. We've got Tom Selleck in Tub 5, everyone. And now, in Tub 5. Naked. But live. It's not Tom Selleck.
Step up the attack at once. We are on a schedule.
G-Force, all I see is 10 expensive phones falling into that. That is going to happen, isn't it? That is going to happen. And that'll be funny as well, because they work underwater, don't they? Don't they work underwater?
We have reports of Luke Skywalker having joined the battle.
Blue's going to take his gimbal
First
in,
assault
okay.
phase complete, but we've only
Typical.
just begun.
It doesn't work at the best of times, so it's bound to break down in the bath, isn't it?
The tactical situation has been updated. Secure these command posts. Give me some rebels to blast.
Brandon says, let's just say the only pink bits I want to see is Randy. Oh, bless him. Yeah, that we don't want to see. We don't really want to see. We don't want to see any pink bits, do we? Really? Well, not from any of us lot. For sure, no. Bath Tube, welcome to Bath Tube. Hot tub, Yubna.
No escape.
Live from 10 bathtubs in bathtub number 1. He's big. He's beautiful. He's not quite as hairy as your typical Ewok. The forest moon of Endor. It's the apprentice Ewok. Bradley. In tub number 2. Wow, look at Vader there! He's bloody force choked 5 people in one go.
There are other paths.
Bob, am I wrong? Did you say there were? Did you say there is Dandy as well? There is. So basically they're both from Star Wars Celebration, but they're from Star Wars Celebration in different years. 1 year, the first year, I think it was 2011. He came with a little red pillow that says Star Wars Celebration on it. And then the second year they did them without the pillow. But Dandy, Dandy is in, Dandy is living in one of my storage lockups. Let's just put it that way. He's kind of looking after, he's looking after some of my storage. So he's not to hand, unfortunately. But he looks very similar to Randy. They're brothers. Tub tube. Oh look, this little bloody Ewok running around. Sneaky little bugger. Sorry, Brandon. Well, this Ewok had to. He had to go. So, BOE, we've decided to come up with this new scheme, this new idea for a show. Live stream from your bath, and you can take one toy in with you to play with or to review whilst we're in the baths. You can use the you can shower if you want, but you've got to wear a Speedo. As Mr. Ghost is doing. Mr. Ghost is wearing a Speedo. I suspect Mr. Ghost might get We're going to have some kind of polling mechanism where the chat can vote on their favourite club. I suspect Mr. Ghost might get some high numbers on his stream. Although, streaming from your shower is not going to be as much fun, Mr. Ghost. Because, well, you can't submerge your vehicle, for one.
Is that a Wookiee? Watch out!
Blacked out, only have a shower. You have to wear a Speedo, so that's the rule basically. You have to wear a
Get ready
Speedo.
for the final assault phase. Now we'll eradicate what's left of
Speedo.
this pointless resistance.
I guess we might end up with a couple of 8 bathtubs and 2 showers, something like that.
The day will soon be ours. Just one more rebel position to secure.
Shower folks could get some good
We are
POV
graced by
shots.
the presence of
That's
Lord
true.
Palpatine.
There's definitely probably more camera angle potential in the showers, maybe, yeah. You could do like Alfred Hitchcock style, couldn't you? POV. That's a good idea, GeForce. That's a good idea. Very good idea. See, we're being very creative today. We come up with some fantastic ideas when we are collectively creative. Can we wear a Papa G string? There we go. Now you're taking it to the next level. We need to get Papa G involved in this. So we need to let Papa G know that we've come up with an idea. Tub tube. And we want Papa G involved. He can choose, to be honest, whether he wants bath or shower. We obviously want to see him in the Papa G string, so I'm guessing we'd rather see him in the shower. But I suppose he could be in the bath, as long as you know the G string rises to the as long as we get to see the G string at some point. A shower lap dance. Now you're talking. Now you're talking. Now that's next level. That's some next level shit. Right there. Some next level shit. Oh, I'm getting my ass kicked now. So I'm only gonna play for a little bit longer because I want to get some food. And I am streaming. I don't know why. I'm going a bit mad tonight. I want to finish off my Lego. The dude can't do it today, but I want to finish off my ATST. So at 5 o'clock today, in 2.5 hours, I'm going to do an hour or so of Lego building, because I think I should be able to finish my build. And then I'm on the peg warmers. And then it's the 3 men versus the peg warmers. So it's going to be carnage tonight. So, congratulations, that's massive, that's awesome. 12 years, man, that's insane. So let us know if you're going to do something, that's cool. Right, I've been on for 2.5 hours. I'm going to be back in 2.5 hours, if anyone wants to join me, that's cool. If you don't, no problem. You will see me tonight, I'm sure, at some point. I got a video coming out, well done. Big congrats to BOE, man, that's awesome. That's awesome. You're 39 then. Big congrats to BOE. That's some milestone, that. 12 years. That's no small feats. So tune into his celebratory video for sure. And if you are about in 2.5 hours and you want to see me complete the Mandalorian ATST Raider, then stop by. I'll probably only be on for a couple of hours. And then I'm back at 9 today on the Peg Warmers show. It's 3 men and a Monkey-Lizard versus the Peg Warmers. Oh, sorry, it's the Peg Warmers show first. So we're doing it's their regular show, but they've got some of us 3 men on, like a and then at 11, it's the 3 men and a Monkey-Lizard versus the Peg Warmers. And then after that, Brandon's on with his Bad Batch show. I'm guessing you still are doing that tonight. I tell you what, I liked the bloody Bad Batch today. Other people have not been liking it. I quite liked it. I liked the whole Hera thing. So anyway, see you out tonight. There's all kinds of stuff going on YouTube tonight, so don't go too far. Stay safe, everyone. The bath tube is coming. The bath tube is coming in some form or other. We can make this happen. Together, we can make YubTub bath tube a reality. Spread the word, everyone. Let's let Papa G know we need him involved in this idea. We've got this concept. This can happen. It can become a reality. I'm sure of it. Anyway, enough of my rambling. Enough of my talk. I'm Salacious Rum, leader of the Monkey-Lizard Army. You guys have been great. Stay safe. I'll see you later on. And remember, Monkey-Lizards are for life, not for spit roasting. Goodbye.